teacher leads presentation or overt, and discover techniques or convert techniques. Teacher, can you hear me clearly? Everyone?
Yes, I hear clearly.
Thank you, teacher. So the next presentation is about the model for teacher lead presentation during teaching grammar. Yes, the teacher leads the first step is lead in phase or the lead in steps. In this context, the new the new grammar is used in the context introduced to the student by demonstrating. And there are three ways that the teacher can use to demonstrate and contain the new language or the grammar to the student. So first is related to the student verb. So the related to the student verb here mean the teacher teaching the student using the thing around the class or the material around the classroom or their home, so that the student can easily understand and know what's the thing around them, so they have something to talk to the teacher back. It's not all the time that the teacher use the student verb techniques, but he can use the outside verb, such as a story or a situation which can be simulated or real, so that the student can learn the new language through the things outside the world. Another technique is about formulated information. So the teacher can use timetable or statistical charts. Example, you teaching present simple, so you might use a timetable that the student study every day. So Monday, what do you study? So Tuesday, what do you study? So it's happened every day. So that is another kind of so that is another way called formulated information. And this is how the text structure or the grammar can be presented in. The first is the new grammar or structure can be presented in a visually. So the word visually here mean the teacher can present the new text language or structures by getting the student to see the thing around, like the table or the chair or the picture or the school or something that they can see, such as tree. Example, the teacher presenting a new text language, so the teacher can get the student to see the thing around, like a chair, or there is a chair, there are two desks or something like that. So the student can see, or the teacher might use the realia, like they bring oranges or something that the student can see. Next is through a situation. So through a situation, the student, the teacher can use a situation. He can create it, or he can play the audio of a situation where the target language is contained, is in it. So not all the time that the teacher can use visually context, but he can use in situations. For example, the teacher presents a past simple. So the teacher might tell the student about history that happened to him last week. So that is through situations. And next is by contrasting a structure. So sometimes it's hard to explain one target language, but sometimes it's easy for students when they see the comparison between the two structure. Example, the present continuous versus the present simple. So some students might confuse. So if the teacher bring the contraction of the structure, so they can easily understand and explain when to use present simple or when to use present continuous. So this is what by contrasting structure means. Thank you, teacher and everyone. I'd like to continue my presentations. to our group presentation to the next member. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, brother. My point is talk about number 2, elicitation. Yes, the aim of elicitation for the teacher is to learn whether students can produce the new language. Like if they have already learned it or familiar with the structure, there is no need for practice, but instead of practicing, the teacher have to focus on the problem students have with. Brother, can you move to my slide? No. Number 2, move back. Yeah. But instead of practicing, the teacher have to focus on the problem students have with it. Like example, they make up watch, the word watch with the word look at. Yeah, my point is finished. I would like to invite Sister Jamran to do the present continue. To do the present next. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thank you, Sika. It is my turn. My turn is explanation. At this stage, the teacher shows how the new language is formed, grammar explanation, and charts can be provided. Draw the student's attention to the characteristic feature of form. Past form, exception form, pronunciation, pronunciation, constructed form. The teacher may check if students have understood the new language. Thank you. And the next for the new member, okay?
Thank you, Bang Jamran. So, hello, teacher and everyone.
Yeah,
This
hello.
This is my point. Is talk about accurate reproduction. So at this phase, students are asked to repeat and practice model sentence. The teacher makes sure that the student can form the new language correctly and pronounce it. The focus is on accuracy, so the teacher has to correct all the mistakes, choral and then individual repetition should be used. This take must be sought. There are various types of mechanical drill, substitute. Like for example, the pattern went to the shop or the school. So at this point, it means a teacher have to ask the student to practice and repeat what they got from the teacher. Yes, thank you, teacher. And I would like to invite my member to do the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Leon. My point is number 5 is talk about immediate creativity or production stage. So the aim of this stage is to see if students have understood the structure in control activities. So students are expected to write or say their own sentences based on clues, for example, words, pictures, etc. If students make too many mistakes, the teacher need to go back to the previous stage. But if they give a good performance, the teacher may go on to the future activity. So meaningful drill are used here. So that's all for my point, and I want to invite Sister Charia to do the presentation next. Thank you.
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone. I am Charia. Yes, I will.
Okay, hello.
Okay, the general model for the discovery technique. Step of the presenting structure. As you see the two columns, and on the left hand you see the column picture lead presentation, and on the right hand you see the discovery technique. And I will read this, and then we try to see and understand together. The teacher's presentation is lead in citation, explanation, accurate reproduction, immediate creativity, discovery technique, lead in discovery, explanation, accurate and reproduction, immediately creativity. And we see about more, please. Can you click to the next slide, please? And here, advantages of the presentation structure. Teacher's presentation. As you see, the advantage and disadvantages. Given teacher's presentation, as you see, this can do faster and easier. But there's another side, the opposite side. We can say that this advantage, the teacher is in the control all the time. We can say another word that this dictatorial. That means he's overrule all of the situation, all of the situation and all of what he have to say. So the student doesn't have a chance to ask question or to say something, because they need to wait and to see the teacher finish all his program. And then here another side is discovery technique, advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is the student are more involved, more memorable. So you see that when the student they have a chance to discover something, the student can more involved. It means they can use their time to find something that the teacher present to them, or the teacher assign them to do something. And when they do, or when they practice by themselves, it will lead them to more understand and more memory or the point that they do. As like today, I believe that some of us remember or some point, and the one who is remember is the one who prepare and read all these tasks by themselves. These advantages takes longer, not suitable for all structure, difficult for beginner. So we can say again that there's another side of advantage. So we say that disadvantage. So discovery is not need time to be fast or quick, but it's need to be more spend more time to discovering or to explore something. So but it takes time and not suitable for all students because not all students have the same level of understanding. So so it's not it is not easy for all the students that they can do this in the same topic. And difficulty for the beginner. As you know that when we have a new student or when we have basic understanding, it's not easy for them to find or to discover something new for them. So why the put here is difficult for the beginner. Okay, I hope you understand all my what I am saying, and I'm sorry for my sound is not so clear this because I am with my baby. He almost sleep now. I'm laid down with him. With him. Okay, thank you for everyone, and thank you, teacher, for your listening.
Okay, thank you. So anyone have any question? So don't forget to send the attachment of your group assignment into the group. I will go to download it again, I think. And thank you for your presentation. And even though I spent more time a little, I mean that you spend around at least 30 minutes, or let me check. That's okay. And how about you are group 4, right?
2, teacher. We are group 2.
Okay, group 2.
Yes.
So how about another group?
Yeah, teacher, yes.
Oh yeah, hello.
I'm group 2, teachers.
Group 2, okay.
Can we continue?
Yes, you can. Mr. Soria, you are in group 2, and also you also group 2 or different group?
Group 3.
You are in group 3, right?
Who, teacher? Who?
Your group is group 2, right?
Yeah, I'm in group 2, teacher.
And Mr. Pearl, you are group 2?
3.
Okay. And as I told you, everyone, don't forget to rename your document as a group number. Do not just send me the attachment and say, oh, apply linguistic, but I don't know which group. Sometimes it's so hard to check the document.
Hello, teacher. Did you hear me?
Okay, yes.
Teacher, group 1 is ready for presentation.
You can.
After group 3, could I invite my friend to join and then present here?
Yeah, exactly. So you can.
Yeah,
because anyone can see a screen here. You know how to see a screen here? Okay, anyone can start.
The group 3, teacher, or group 2?
I think group 2 is already done. So might be your group 3 or group 1. I think. Anyone who want first?
Yeah, let's me first, teacher.
Okay. You can start.
I've never seen a screen, but let's try.
Okay.
So, can start to see?
Okay, you can. And you can start now.
Okay, teacher, can you see the screen? Can you see the screen, teachers?
Khởi screen này.
Screen đây.
Dạ. Yes.
Okay, can we start? Okay, first of all, I would like to say how do you do, teachers and all classmates who joined the class today. Our group is group 3. There are 7 members in our group. First is On Samples and Pochitra, Kakda, Semian Sawai.
Did you include your group? Hello? Sorry?
Yes.
Did you include your group member name in the slide?
So group member.
Can you show the group member and then check their attendance whether they are here or not?
Teacher. Yeah, it's here. Everyone here, teachers.
Yes.
Okay, I think you can start.
Okay, there are 7 group members and so our topic is pronunciation. Let me start first. Pronunciation teachings not only makes students aware of different sound and sound features, but can also improve their speaking. If their pronunciation is not up to the standards, there is a serious danger that they will fail to communicate effectively. So the aims of teaching pronunciation is to require our students to work an intelligible pronunciation rather than accuse native speakers. And okay, let's just achieve a native speaker qualities. And one more is about when to teach pronunciation. Teachers have to devise when to include pronunciation. Teaching into lesson sequence. There are several options to choose from. Some teachers devote whole lesson sequences to pronunciation. Sometimes students may listen to longer read, working on listening skill before moving to the pronunciation part of the sequence. So the next slide, please invite Mr. Chetras.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sampal. Okay, first I would like to say hello to teacher and everyone. I am Chitra. This scratch slot, some teachers separate bits of pronunciation work into lesson sequences. Over a period of weeks, they work on all the individual phonemes, either separately or in contrasting pairs. Integrated phrases. Many teachers get students to focus on pronunciation issues as an integral part of lesson. If necessary, having students work on sound that are especially prominent or getting them to imitate intonation pattern for question. For example, when we model words and phrases, we draw our students' attention to the way they are said. Next slide, please. Okay, next. Opportunistic teaching. Teachers may stray from their original plan when lesson realities make this inevitable and teach vocabulary or grammar opportunistically because it has come up. Many teachers tackle pronunciation in a mixture of ways suggested above. Okay, that's all for my presentation. And next, I would like to invite Mr. Kakda to do the presentation next. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Brother Chitra. And first of all, I would like to respect to the teacher and say hello to classmates. My name is Sawan Kakada, and here I am going to continue the presentation. So my point is the areas of pronunciation. There are 4 major areas of pronunciation: the area of individual sounds, that of word stress, intonation, and connected speech. So the first point of the area is individual sounds. Students of English have great difficulty hearing pronunciation features which we want them to reproduce. Speakers of different first language have problems with different sound. So, Brother Sampao, let's go to next slide. Yes, and here there are two ways of dealing with these problems. The first one is we can show students how sounds are made through demonstration, diagram, or explanation. And the second one, the other way of presenting is pronunciation, is to draw the students to their attention every time they appear on a castle or in the conversation. This is the way how we can train the student ears. Teacher can use a minimal peer system through which student can recognize the difference between two similar sounds. So let's go to the next member, please.
Thank you, Karada. This is my point. My point is stress. Stress is about which sound we emphasize in words and sentences. For example, in the word banana, the stress is on the second syllable. In the word orange, the stress is on the first syllable. In sentences, we usually stress the most important words. It's in the slide.
Okay, next. What's wrong?
Hello, Sampao.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, a moment.
Okay. We teach word stress when we present a new word and at practice stage. Clapping, tapping are used. All students can be asked to underline stress syllable. In sentence stress, students are supposed to focus on logical stress. Students are supposed to recognize where to put the stress in a new structure. Teachers are supposed to set tasks in which students have to take logical stress according to the type of mistake. The presentation and practice stage are the same as word with teaching stress. Thank you. My point is finished. I would like to invite Mr. Magra to new presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much, boy. And my name is Magra. And first of all, I want to show respect to the teacher and everyone. And my point is talk about intonation. And in the point, we focus on choosing that two main point that it's we focus on raising and falling. And intonation is the rise and fall out voice in speech and it's necessary in the communication. It is important for teacher to draw the student attention to the way native speaker use change in pitch to convey meaning, to reflect the semantic structure of what they are saying and how to convey most. A very good practice can be for students to be asked to utter the word yes in many different ways. Students are expected to draw around under the utterance in English so that they can recognize the various intonation pattern. As you know, correct use of intonation help us to understand the message, but incorrect use of intonation can confuse the listener. In methodology, teachers have to be aware, in fact, that usually the WA questions are used when teacher want to ask students to speak fluently in the target language. Yes or no question are asked if teacher want to check student listening or reading comprehension. The third major type of question is alternative question, the aim of which is to make students use a new word or new grammatical structure. And I have some example. Intonation should fall at the end of positive sentence. Example, that's my house. And one more, I like apple. Yeah, when we listen the sentence is fall and it's not it doesn't have a rising sound. And intonation should rise at the end of question or sentence. Example, you didn't sleep last night. And one more, are you coming? And you see the sentence, you see the word last night, our pronoun is high or we can rising. And I finish my point and I keep this time for Mr. Hobenchai to continue the next slide. Thank you, teacher and everyone.
Okay, thank you, Magra. First, I would like to respect to teacher and hello everyone. My name is Hobenchai. This point talking about connected speech and fluency. Good pronunciation does not just mean saying individual words or individual sounds correctly. The sounds of words change when they come into contact with each other. We have to draw students' attention to it while teaching pronunciation. Fluency is helped by helping students say phrases and sentences as quickly as possible, starting slowly and then speeding up. Getting students to perform dialogues and extracts taken from a drama or a short story will also make them aware of speaking customs and help them to improve their fluency. Homer 2003 and 198, when students are reading a text, they can recognize certain words linking phrases in the text. Example, cover it up, Rita. My point is finished, and then I would like to invite Ms. Strena to continue the present, please.
Thank you, brother. And first, I would like to respect to teacher and hello everyone. And this is the last point of our topic.
Share screen button này, net share screen.
Hello, brother.
Maybe his internet.
Yeah, teacher, I can show you the last point of our topic. Teacher, can I read now, teacher? If you can see slide. Hello, teacher.
Wait, because how can you read? You just read your own, but the other they cannot see.
Okay, teacher. Same. Hello, brother Simple.
Simple mày ơi.
Mr. Paul said the internet trouble, teacher.
Interrupted.
Hello, teacher.
Please come back.
Oh, my internet interruption. Sorry, everyone.
Could you
Hello, teacher.
Okay, hello. So is it okay now?
Yeah, teacher, mai nhờ server đang sợ việc đạch server.
So is it okay to open it again?
Yeah, okay, that's okay. Let me try again. Sorry to everyone.
Yes, yes.
Hello, hello, Sabai.
One.
Yes.
Sorry, everyone and teachers and my classmates. So can you start again?
Brother, go to the last slide. Brother Simple.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, I like to say hello again to teacher and everyone. And this is the last point of our topic. Talk about what materials to use to improve student pronunciations. So song and rhymes, poem, tongue twisters are material to improve student pronunciation. Let's see the meaning of them. Song and rhymes, poem, tongue twister useful materials which can be played for the initial period of the lesson of the lesson as an icebreaker, or for the end of the lesson as a cooler. In modern teaching packages, CD and multimedia CD rooms can be of benefit for learners as they usually contain authentic material, and with the help of the student pronunciation can be developed easily. And that's all for our group. And you or you can get all point of our topic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, teachers.
Brother. Thank you, teacher. That's all. Thank you.
So after group 3, so the next group, and I hope that you have to be punctual with your time management. So the next group, who is the next presenter? Which group is the next presenter?
Group 1.
Group
About
1.
vocabulary.
Okay, group 1. Sample, you can end the share screen, and then the other group can share the screen.
Hello, teacher. Did everyone see my screen?
Okay, I see. And try to check your group member attendance as well. I also check here.
Yeah, we already checked it, teacher. But absent one person, teacher, Mrs. Rati Monini.
Yes, that's okay.
Can we start right now, teacher?
Yeah, you can start now. You can.
Okay. First of all, instead of group 1, I would love to say hello to teacher and say hello to mates. We are group 1. We're gonna talk about vocabulary, and we got 7 members. One, Mr. Mebarang. Number 2, Miss Opanan, 3, Miss Ansri Kung, and 4, Cham Somali, 5, Yang Say, 6, Monique, and the 7 is me. And this topic also we're gonna talk about the vocabulary, and the detail of vocabulary is selecting vocabulary, and the next is what does it mean to know a word, and in above we got 6 main points: 1, meaning, and 2, use, and the 3rd word formation, 4, spelling, 5, grammar, word grammar, and the last is phonology. And the next is active and passive vocabulary, presenting vocabulary, and the last is using dictionaries. Okay, the first point is talk about vocabulary, but I would like to invite Mrs. Rekung to respond this. Thank you.
Hello, teacher. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear. You can start.
Yes. Thanks, Brother Pigdal, for inviting me. So let's start with me. Okay, this is my point to talk about vocabulary. So vocabulary is all about words. The words in a language or a special set of words you are trying to learn. Vocabulary is so important because it is the body of words that make up a language. So without a good working knowledge of words and their meaning, both written and verbal communication will be muddied or poorly understood. So this point, teacher and parents can emphasize reading and verbal with children to help them
a strong vocabulary. Moreover, vocabulary is central to language teaching because without sufficient vocabulary, students cannot understand others or express their own ideas. Okay, next slide. Hello, Pidal. Yes. Okay, next slide. It talk about selecting vocabulary. While teachers select vocabulary to teach, they generally take two factors into consideration. The first one is frequency. How frequently the word is used by native speakers. Words which are used more often are taught first, but this is not direct order. So this is an example. A word way, which is the fifth commonest word in English, but we do not teach it fifth. And the second important criterion we have to take into consideration while selecting vocabulary is coverage. So this means how many things are covered with a given word. A word is more useful if it covers a lot of things than if it has only one specific meaning. Okay, next slide. Hello, Pidal.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, for
Sorry.
example, yes. For example, the word book occurs in a lot of compounds such as notebook, textbook, bookcase, bookshelf, etc. Also, of course, books select vocabulary items are the basic of this principle. If teachers take extra vocabulary, they take other criteria into consideration. These criteria are following. The first one, if the word is useful to them. And the second one, if it fits into certain groups of word topic that they teach. And the last one, if it can be used with the structures, functions the student already know. For example, reporting verbs must be presented before reported speech is taught. Okay, my point is finished. I would like to invite Ms. Rangsay to continue my point. Okay, that's all.
Yes, hello teacher, hello classmate. Thank you, Miss Rikong. Yes, and now is my presentation. What does it mean to know the word? Yes, to know the word consists of many factors. We can say that the learner know the word if he know it. Yes, the first one is meaning. Words may have different meanings depending on the context. Yes, for example, I take here for 3 examples. Yes, the first one is letter. In the first picture, the letter means there is a letter for you. And the second is letter A, B, and C. The letter B is the second letter of the alphabet. Yes, go to a second example. Yes, the word bar. For the first picture, she was sitting at the bar. Go to the second is I ate 3 bars of chocolate. Yes, the last example is tie. The first is he had to tie her hands together. And the last is I wear a shirt and tie at work. Yes, I go into the letter 2 is use. So students need to be able to produce the word in the right context. They need to be aware of how the meaning is expanded or limited. Yes, I have example too. Yes, for my example here is we can say headache. Yes, but we cannot say leg, eggs. Yes, the right word is arch's legs. Now we are on the letter 3 is word formation. We have speak about word formation. We mean the grammatical context according is to which the word change. Yes, for clearly I have example too. It's polite. The word change just as I and am is going to impolite. Yes, it's the not good for use this word. Yes, it's letter 4 is spelling. For spelling, we can say that the students know the word if they can spell it properly. Example, yes, the student like to spell, yes. The first example is black. We can spell black is B-L-A-C-K. Sunshine, S-U-N-S-A-I-N-E. Yes, the last one is enjoy. We can spell enjoy is enjoy I spell E-N-J-U-Y. Letter 5, word grammar. Yes, here is too long. The use of certain words can trigger to use of certain grammatical patterns. For example, in case of noun, the category of countable and uncountable are very important factors. Uncountable nouns cannot be used in plural forms. In case of verb, transitivity plays an important role in informing passive structure. If an adjective is converted into an adverb, its position in a sentence will define the fact what part of speech it belongs to. For example, the first train go fast. The first fast is an adjective, while the second fast is an adverb. Letter 6, phonology. It is important for the learner to know how the word is pronounced. As a conclusion, we have to state that knowing a word is more than understanding its meanings. When we take a new word, we normally do not tell all those parts of information about the word to students because word grammar is tied when we take grammar. The use or register of a word is tied through practice. Vocabulary in item and they are tied excuse me, separately. If learners know the meanings, use and grammar for a word, this word will belong to the students' active vocabulary. Yes, for my point, is finished and continue to Miss Somali. Yes, thank you, teacher. Thank you, classmate.
Yes, good afternoon, teacher and classmate. Yes, this is my point active vocabulary. Yes, the active vocabulary consists of the words you already know, understand, and use in language. You know the correct word of this word and confidently use them in speaking and writing. And
what's your vocabulary?
oh, sorry. Wait a minute. And the passive vocabulary is referred to the words whose meaning we can understand when they appear in writing or speech, but we do not confidently use them since we are not fully concerned with them. And for example, the word cuddle is the memorable word of the student because it occurs in a funny text, and students like it sound is belong to the active store. As the consequence, teachers should make words memorable for the student, get them more interact with the word, and this is like key to effective presentation. Yes, this I finished my point for the active and passive vocabulary. And thank you. I would like to invite my group member, Hanun, to continue the presentation. Yes, thank you.
Hello, teacher, and hello, everyone. My name is Hanun. For my point, it talks about presenting vocabulary. There are three important stages of vocabulary teaching. The first of them is conveying meaning. The way of conveying meaning depends on the type of word. Visual presentation can be used if we want to present something concrete, such as verb like climbing, noun such as a doctor, or adjective such as slim or fat. Various visual aids can be used at presentation: picture, drawing, real object, video extract, acting out, and miming. The other important way of presenting vocabulary is verbal presentation. Teacher can use word relations such as antonym, slim, fat, synonym, drink coffee, have coffee, lexical, set in another word, semantic mapping. The word cloth is in the center, and you can join a lot of pieces of cloth to the subordinate, such as trouser, skirt, frock, coat, etc. Further way of verbal presentation are giving definition or description or putting the target word into context. When teachers are presenting new words, they usually use different memory strategies such as creating mental linkage, grouping, associating, placing new word into context. They can apply image and sound using imagery, semantic mapping using keyword, representing sound in memory, and employing action using physical response or sensation, and using mechanical technique. New slide. Next slide. Teacher presenting new vocabulary supposed to take the various learner types into consideration. It is not enough to present a new word in one way with one technique, but several different techniques must be used so that the meaning of the word can be grasped by different learner types, such as visual, additive, kinesthetic learner. In addition to taking the learner type into consideration, The teacher have to personalize the new vocabulary item to make it more memorable for the student. If teacher use the private contact of the student, the learner will get more motivated. So the new word will stick to the memory. For my point is finished, and let me invite Brother Barang to continue our presentation.
Hello, teacher and everyone. I'm Barang. I will continue from Panun. The next step of teaching new understanding dictionary name word into synonym, antonym, definition of the word, so that the teacher can see whether the student have understood the meaning of the new word. The next slide. The last step of vocabulary teaching is consolidation